echoes of the cursed palace. In the heart of a forgotten forest, veiled in mist and shadow, stood the ruins of a once magnificent palace. Its crumbling walls whispered tales of a bygone era, of opulence tainted by tragedy, and of a curse that lingered like a heavy fog. Few dared to venture near, for those who did spoke of eerie whispers and ghostly apparitions haunting its halls. Among the brave souls drawn to the mystery of the cursed palace were two unlikely companions. Evelyn, a spirited adventurer with a thirst for discovery, and Marcus, a cautious scholar versed in the lore of ancient curses. Bound by a shared fascination with the supernatural, they set out on a journey that would test their courage and unravel secrets buried deep within the palace's walls. As they approached the crumbling edifice, the air grew thick with anticipation. Ivy-clad stone pillars loomed like silent sentinels, their jagged silhouettes casting ominous shadows across the overgrown courtyard. Undeterred by the palpable sense of foreboding, Evelyn and Marcus pressed on, their footsteps echoing against the cold stone. Entering the grand foyer, they were met with a scene frozen in times. Dust-covered tapestries adorned the walls, their vibrant colors faded with age. Chandeliers dangled precariously from the ceiling, their once gleaming crystals now dulled by neglect. Yet amidst the decay, there lingered an undeniable beauty, an echo of the palace's former splendor. Remarkable, Marcus murmured, his scholarly curiosity piqued by the sight before him. To think that such grandeur could be reduced to ruin. Evelyn nodded in agreement, her eyes alight with excitement. Imagine the stories these walls could tell, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. The secrets they hold must be extraordinary. With cautious steps, they ventured deeper into the palace, their senses attuned to the slightest sound or movement. As they passed through ornate chambers and crumbling corridors, they felt the weight of centuries bearing down upon them, as if the very walls themselves were watching and waiting. It was in the heart of the palace, amidst the ruins of the grand ballroom, that they encountered their first spectral presence. A flickering shadow darted across the moonlit floor, its form ethereal and indistinct. Evelyn gasped in awe, her pulse quickening with excitement. "Do you see that?" she whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. Marcus nodded, his expression grave. "It appears we are not alone," he said, his voice tinged with unease. Drawing closer, they beheld the ghostly figure of a young woman, her ghostly visage illuminated by an otherworldly glow. She moved with unearthly grace, her translucent form weaving between the shattered remnants of forgotten elegance. "Who are you?" Evelyn asked, her voice trembling with a mixture of fear and fascination. The ghostly woman turned to face them, her eyes alight with sorrow. "I am Isabella," she said, her voice a haunting echo of a time long past. "Once I was the belle of this palace, the envy of all who beheld me. But now I am but a shadow, a prisoner of this cursed place." Evelyn and Marcus listened intently as Isabella recounted the tragic tale of the palace's downfall. Long ago, it was said, a powerful sorcerer had placed a curse upon the palace and all who dwelled within its walls. Greed and ambition had consumed its inhabitants, driving them to madness and despair. "But what of you?" Marcus asked, his brow furrowed with concern. "How did you come to be trapped here?" Isabella's spectral form flickered, her gaze haunted by memories of a bygone era. "I was betrothed to the son of the palace lord," she explained. "But our love was forbidden. doomed from the start. When the curse took hold, he was consumed by madness, and I was left to wander these halls for all eternity. Evelyn reached out a hand, her fingers passing through Isabella's translucent form. "We will help you," she vowed, her voice filled with determination. "We will break this curse and set you free." With renewed purpose, Evelyn and Marcus delved deeper into the palace, their quest for answers leading them through hidden passageways and forgotten chambers. Along the way, they encountered other restless spirits, echoes of lives cut short by the curse's malevolent grip. Each ghost bore witness to the palace's tragic history, their stories intertwining like threads in a tapestry of sorrow and despair. Yet amidst the darkness, there flickered a glimmer of hope, a faint whisper of redemption, echoing through the corridors of the cursed palace. As they journeyed onward, Evelyn and Marcus uncovered clues scattered throughout the palace, each hinting at the true nature of the curse and the key to breaking its hold. They deciphered ancient runes etched into crumbling stone, pieced together fragments of forgotten lore, and braved perilous traps laid by the sorcerer's hand. Finally, after days of tireless exploration, they stood before the chamber where the curse's source lay hidden, a chamber veiled in darkness, its secrets shrouded in mystery. With bated breath, they pushed open the door and stepped into the unknown. What they found within took their breath away. A chamber bathed in an eerie glow, its walls lined with arcane symbols and mystical artifacts. At its center stood a pedestal, upon which rested a glowing orb pulsing with otherworldly energy. "This must be it," Marcus said, his voice hushed with awe. "The source of the curse." Evelyn nodded, her heart pounding with excitement. "We must destroy it," she said, her voice resolute. "Only then can we set the spirits of this palace free." With trembling hands, they approached the pedestal, their fingers brushing against the smooth surface of the orb. As they did, a powerful surge of energy coursed through them, sending shivers down their spines. With a determined cry, Evelyn raised her hand and struck the orb with all her strength. The chamber erupted in a blinding flash of light, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. When the light faded, Evelyn and Marcus found themselves standing once more in the grand ballroom, the cursed palace crumbling around them. But this time, there was no trace of the ghostly apparitions that had haunted its halls. "They're gone," Evelyn said, her voice tinged with sadness. "We did it. We broke the curse." Marcus nodded, his eyes shining with pride. "Indeed we did," he said, a smile tugging at the corners of his lips. "And perhaps now this palace can finally find peace." As they made their way out of the crumbling ruins, Evelyn and Marcus felt a sense of accomplishment wash over them. Though their journey had been fraught with danger and uncertainty, they emerged victorious, their bond forged stronger than ever by the trials they had faced together. And though the cursed palace lay in ruins, its legacy lived on, in the hearts of those who had dared to challenge its darkness and emerge triumphant in the end.